everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a quick video. I just wanted to show my finished bag that I was working on in the last video, and I also wanted this to be a shorter video to see if it would upload quicker because the last two videos took a really long time to upload. So Um, the patterns that I watched are the quilted videos, the wonky quilted star, and the tote bag. So I have stuff on it already, and I'll take this stuff off too. So this is the bag. I love the way that it turned out. I followed most of the instructions. I didn't add a pocket. I don't really use the pockets in my bags. So I have the key stuff. This is an interesting one because I um, found this downstairs because I wanted to switch out one of the keychains to make it that slightly more lighter, and that, or I don't know what I called it, whatever the thing is called, it has a high school name that's the rival of the school that I went to, and I don't know how it ended up here because my brother and I went to the same schools for like both of our elementary school and high school. We did have, I don't know what you call it when you do like a school visit to see, but it wasn't like a shadow day. And I don't know if all the schools call it shadow day, but sometimes when a person wants to see if they liked our high school at least, they would walk around or like they would go through, I don't know, a couple hours or the day with the person and would shadow them. So those are like the only two instances where I think, or if my brother got it from one of his friends, because that the other school was like one of the main schools that the students in our area would go to after attending the private school that we went to. And there's more out there, but they aren't as close. And then there was like a third one that was in the area, but it was a specific type of school because it was supposed to be like the same setup as a college. Um, and so that was there too. And then there's like, if you cross the bridge, the all boys school and all girls school. And in perspective, it wasn't that far because we were already on the border of a state. Um, but I have it because, well, I said with the other keychain, and I, I have the other stuff in here too. I did put a bag in a bag in here. I do that a lot. So this has the Beavalon, the Magpie Fibers Tradition. So this is knitting for like the yarn store, and it's like a drawstring backpack that you could carry it like this too, which is fun. And um, I also wanted to keep the stuff in a bag. Sometimes I switch the bags, but then sometimes I have stuff that I don't want it to stain what I'm putting it in. So I'm really happy that I did the box bottom. There's that. The back is the blue and yellow and green, and they're flowers. I might put this as a keychain on the back. I also attached the keychains to like one of the blue straps because it's darker. I don't think it's not rusting, and I haven't had keychains stain my bags, but it was just in case. So you could see that this one is, and I love how it turned out. I was really close to the measurements that she gave out for hers because I didn't go off of the measurements. I just kind of um, went off of like the directions of what she was doing. So I now I know how like the straps are because it was folded in half to see the crease and then opened it up and then take both sides and fold it towards the middle and then fold again so you could get like more of like a strap. And there's 3 layers in here, and I'm happy I did the 3 layers because I was only gonna do the 2 until I watched the video for the tote bag because she likes to use fleece for the interfacing. She doesn't like to use the uh, interfacing that you would see at the store, at least for the bags. I don't know for everything, but she didn't want it for like the bag straps or like the bag because sometimes it makes it crispy. And I kind of know that what she's talking about. If I ever use it in like a project or for the bag, I might use it like in specific areas if I wanted it to be a little more structured. Um, like maybe I would put it at the bottom or something, but I would see. Um, I used the gold from the skirt that the gold fabric that I used for the Matanka skirt. I have a lot of that, and I'm happy that I'm using it. I thrifted it. It frays a lot, so I'm happy that um, I use the sewing machine because this tends to be a fabric that you could set it down and it'll just like fray like crazy. So that's what it was kind of doing towards the end, and because I tried not to pick it up, that's the inner facing, well, the inner fabric that I used. And then um, for these 2 fabrics, I used less than half of a yard, a little less, for those containers, or not containers, like the what it comes in, like wrapped around a square, and um, or the cardboard. And I would say it would be like what, $5, like 250 each of what I used here, just an estimate. Then it was interesting with the construction. Before I talk about the other parts of the construction, I got this for $1 at the thrift store, and then this was like around $1.25 at the dollar store. Um, I didn't use all of the thrift store ones, so I'll say about 50 cents, but I have been using that fabric for a lot of stuff, and it's been, I say a lot of stuff. For the past couple of projects, I used it, and it's been great. Um, I'm gonna do my nails today, so that's why some of them I just um, took the paint off. So, um, I used up the whole, well, not the whole thing. I like had a sliver of the bumblebee one, and I love the bumblebee one. It's so fun, and it's so fun like picking the inner part of the fabric or the inner inside of the bag, that fabric. I wouldn't have guessed how to put this together, so you put the right sides facing towards each other with the inner facing or the fabric, the thick fabric that you might be using. Then you sew that together. You make a box here, and then because you're sewing this area and that area, and then this area you bring together to make the box. And then you do the straps. So you measure the straps. I like this length. She says that this is the length that she goes for. Then you do the straps and you strap. You sew it on this like sewing like this instead of maybe sewing like that. And then you put that aside and then you do the inside of the bag, the same type of steps. The only thing is you leave some room, a couple inches, but you still have to sew a little bit to get the box shape still. And because you're going to be also putting it inside out, because you're putting the bag inside the bag, so the bag is going to be the right side still, as you see now. And then you're putting the inside, you're putting it in the inside of it, so this is on the outside, but it's inside out. And then after all that, like you sew here, and that'll go where the straps are, and then you go put everything through the hole, and then sew the bottom of this, and then it goes in. I was thinking about putting a zipper because I would have wanted a zipper, but I'm I'm okay with it not having a zipper. So, um, and you could also, if you want to wear or use the bag the other way around too, because the straps are fine. So it looks kind of like picnicky. I could, I was thinking about doing a wonky house bag. I think that would be fun. Um, but overall, I just feel like I'm happy because it feels like a nice quality bag. Like it doesn't feel flimsy or anything. And I still, like, I do this with my bags in general. I try not to put so much pressure on certain parts of it if I feel like maybe it's like just in case. And I kind of wanted a pocket here. I think her pocket went on the inside, but um, but I don't really use those pockets that much. Maybe this could be the keychain because it kind of, well, it does, it's literally the same fabric. So I might do another one because I was gonna do the Ukrainian flag, but I don't know. I bought that fabric for hearts to make like hearts like this. Have I gotten to it? No. I get to my projects eventually, but um, I think I kind of want to make a clothing item next, but I don't know what. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. It took a couple hours, but I'm happy that I was able to follow directions. Because me half the time being like, it's fine, I'll just do like this or that. Um, but they're really clear, and I would like to continue doing more projects and maybe think about other bag shapes too. But I do like this bag shape. At least for not having a zipper, it goes underneath where my arm is, so I have it kind of against me anyway, so that it's closed. But I'm gonna upload this video. I had to water the plants too. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.